Gentlemen, thank y'all for pulling up for this podcast.
100%.
It's going to be a special one right here.
Thank you for having us.
Matter of fact, thank you for opening up that restaurant. What's the name of it again?
It's called Bear Walrus.
You know, it was a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
I want to know, just because some audience members may not know about y'all, I've been spreading the word. You know what I'm saying? For obvious reasons.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I appreciate y'all, man. Where did the name come from?
So it's actually my ex's brother. When I first met him, he looked at me and was like, "Look at this big damn bear walrus," and I thought it was hilarious. I don't think he was complimenting me in any way. I don't think it was meant to be a good thing. But I held on to that name for probably 3 years or so, and then when we decided to do this, it was sort of the barbecue and the oysters, like the salt and the pepper. I was like, Bear Walrus kind of like works out, and if you look up Bear Walrus, there is no other Bear Walrus in the world. We're the only one, I was like, man, that's hard to do, to coin a new term. So I give that up to him, and basically my Bear Walrus-like appearance.
There you go.
So, Phillip, you are the owner.
Yes, and executive chef.
Right. And Charles, when I first met you, you were a bartender.
Yeah, I was just bartending. I was going to say, you've been coming in since the inception, where I was kind of helping with the catering side of things, and I was just the daytime bartender. And then, life happens, the business evolves, and I found myself as general manager.
Yes, sir. So. Congratulations again on that, man.
Thank you, man.
It's kind of like I saw the growth of it in a way.
Yeah, you were there literally,
like
seeing the different stages in the business that I took. All of a sudden I wasn't, serving your lunch behind the bar or anything. I was calling out orders from the expo station and then coming over and being like, oh, I got to go dap Stadero up.
Bro.
So.
Dap A Hug, dog.
Dap A Hug, that's all it takes.
And it's so organic because, like, we kind of been watching each other grow.
Yeah.
And I love that, man. So, yeah, you are a Winthrop alumni as well.
Winthrop alumni, played soccer over there. Went to school in my backyard, but it was cool because I ended up meeting people from, I believe, 14 different nationalities just there in my backyard. I grew up walking to the soccer field from my childhood home, and it all kind of came full circle.
Beautiful. That's one thing I loved about Winthrop, man. Like, I met some students when I was on campus from time to time that spoke like 7 different languages, and those are like the coolest kids to hang out with, man. To be honest.
Yes.
But so yeah. I'm typically at Bear Walrus. I mean, I'm there sometimes multiple times out of the week. Sometimes I have to like stop myself.
I've gotten some of your mail there. Yeah.
Let's talk about that prime rib, man.
All right. So.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about that.
Man, Bear Walrus at the bottom line. The bottom line of this thing is it's ingredient driven. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't put a ton of sauce on stuff, like we don't, like our barbecue, sauce on the side, like nothing's tossed in sauce really, like, and we believe in like starting with a really good cut of meat, and that's what we do. So our prime rib is upper 2/3 choice, certified Angus beef. Sometimes it's actually prime grade, and we just put it in, rub it up with our rub, a little bit of mustard pickle juice on the outside, rub on it, and just smoke it in our smoker for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and let it rest for about 3 or 4 hours, and that thing is a chef's kiss. But it all starts with a good cut of meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't turn chicken shit into chicken salad. Let's be honest. So as long as you start with something that's super good, I mean, you can't really screw it up. I mean, you can. You can screw it up, but it's more difficult.
Yeah. Before we started recording, I had told you I was introduced to prime rib. Actually, my uncle Charles Belton from New York, he passed away, rest in peace. But he used to do prime rib, right? He would basically do garlic, salt, and pepper, and toss it in the oven. It was pretty delicious that way, man. But now you come with the different dynamic effects of the smoke. Obviously, that's gonna be more flavor, man. But fast forward, I was talking about the restaurant Harper's. I got turned on to like the creamy horseradish with it. You know what I'm saying? When I was in high school. And after that, man, like I started cooking my own prime rib because there were no other restaurants around that really could match the basis of my Uncle Charles, and then me kind of amplifying it with my charcoal. But bro, I'm being serious, man. Like
I appreciate it.
Like, it's legit.
And prime rib's like old school cool. It's like you're saying, like not a lot of places do that anymore. And it's like, it's cool. Like when people come in, like, because we sell more now. We do it one night a week. Do it on Friday night. And it's, we sell more and more and more each Friday night. And it's cool because, people are like, oh shit, like you do prime rib, like I used to eat it with my Uncle Charles or like my granddad or my dad or like, stuff like that. And it's just these feelings coming back because nobody does that stuff anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're in a different culinary world where, like meat's so expensive, and then people are scared to screw something up, and the whole thing. But it's just like, damn the torpedoes, man. Like, let's get a good hunk of meat and let's cook it right. Let's get people into it. And, just seeing people's faces when they eat it. And I was like, yes, because it's all memory, right?
The nostalgia, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm,
takes you to another place.
I'm all about that, man. Authentic reflection. Stay tuned. With that being said, when it comes to the prime rib situation, like, and me as a customer, I want to go ahead and say thank you for giving me grace. Because am I annoying because I'll be like on a Saturday, be like, yeah, I got prime rib. Or like yesterday was Sunday, I saw y'all had it laid out because y'all had the ribeye with the frites. Frites? I don't know.
Frites.
With frites, okay.
Steak frites.
And I'm like, yo, can I get like a slice of that, bro? And take that to the house? Like, it looks so good, man.
Was that you? They didn't
That
tell
was
me
me.
that was you asking.
Yeah, I was there with Lyric. I had me and Lyric came in. I got the tacos. Oh, she got the brisket burger.
How was it? All right. Man, that's something we're working on. Maybe stay tuned for that. Like on the menu full time coming up.
Goodness, dog. I don't know if that's a good idea, dog. Y'all gonna bleed me dry.
I mean, that's kind of the point, right? Yeah. Shake you down.
So, thinking back, man, like when you back to nostalgia, childhood, like, what are some of the most dankest meals that your grandmother or your mom or dad or who was cooking when you were growing up, walking around in diapers, from when you can remember, like, being in the kitchen? Like, how did you get introduced to good food, good cooking like that?
Well, I was raised with my grandparents, and and always cooking. It's just like, I mean, that's just memories that I have. And it was just, I took it for granted, growing up like that. Because now, I mean, I'm a professional chef, and I really don't get to cook at my house. And I miss that. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and we usually go out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? We don't get to stand around. I don't get a lot of time to stand in the kitchen and cook. And, she's kind of a persnickety eater anyway. She grew up chef's kid. But it's like, always biscuits, fried chicken. I mean, this is like country type cooking. But I mean, they're just going to it every day. And I just remember, it's the memories are more so of like, family gatherings where everybody's bringing stuff. And like, oh man, is she going to bring that? Or are they going to bring this? And then, like after church on Sunday gathering, just these moments of celebration where people are bringing it in, and like, I don't think you really appreciate the good food until you don't have it. So it's just like I said, I'm just taking this for granted that I'm getting home cooked meals every day, 2-3 times a day if I'm at school or whatever, and then it's like, you go to college or you go and you're like, oh shit, like I kind of had it made, and now I don't have that. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's just, it's like I said, the nostalgia of the food. And I mean, that's really what food is. It's just like these memories that come back to you. And like, it's a very strong thing that can take you to another place, as you're cooking it or as you're smelling it. There's all these senses that go into it. And it's like, it's just, I won't be one of these guys like, oh, I was at my grandma's knee, and we were making biscuits together or anything. She's like, it's just what she did, and like, I got a couple of her recipes hanging in the restaurant. I've got a couple of her old cookbooks like in there, which is just kind of cool, So people ask me about the recipes, and I'm like, yeah, it's my grandma's, So it's cool.
Man, I'm so glad you still got some, man, because that's my grandma Frances right there, by the way.
Oh, nice.
She lived in York.
Yeah.
Man, she used to throw down, man, and back to what you said about being on your grandma's knee making biscuits. They wouldn't let us in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I used to want to be in the kitchen, like, what's going on? You're a kid, you smell food, you want to be in there. But I was intrigued, man, and it was so many of us running around, me and my cousins, man. I was never able to really cook with her or anything like that, man. But
that's thinking back, like they were, that's OG farm to table stuff. I mean, they have, my grandparents had a garden. They're out in the garden picking squash, watermelon, whatever, cucumbers, tomatoes, straight out the field, and then bringing it in and cooking it, and it's just like I said, you don't really understand. Like, wait, not everybody does this. Like, this isn't normal for people. And
we need
it's
to
like, yeah,
we need to get back to that.
we do.
I do a garden. I want to do something bigger, man, and we'll talk though.
Yeah.
I'm all about that self-sustainability, man, and growing the medicine in the backyard, preventative measures and all that.
Yep.
Because like you said, it starts with the ingredients, man, and we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Shout out to Alice in Wonderland, though. So how did you? So let me ask you this real quick. Where you from originally?
I'm originally from Smyrna, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to high school in York.
What year did you graduate?
1998. I'm old, man.
Oh, you probably know some of my people, man. Any Lowrys, Meeks, Talberts.
I know.
Shout out to all y'all.
Yeah.
So how, Charles? Let me ask you this. How did you hear about Bear Walrus? Tell me about when you found out about it and you was like filling out the application, or what happened in the process of you getting hired on as a bar manager, bartender.
I previously owned the business right next door, the 19th at the Warehouses, which is the golf simulator bar and kitchen.
Oh.
And previously owned that, and all of a sudden I had this guy, coming in, giving me shit at the bar daily, and I don't know, we just kind of kept talking, and ended up meeting Phillip, and from there started learning what he was about, what he was trying to do next door, and what he already had established over at Long Bottom at the butcher shop. I was like, oh, okay, cool. A little bit of a hard time, but like, cool dude. And we started collaborating with some pop-ups where he would take over our micro-sized kitchen over there. And man, we had some nights that, were busy and hectic, but, I got to taste the food. He'd always bring out a sampler, and I was like, this guy can throw down. So, from there, it was easy to believe in him and believe in the product that he was putting out, because I'd vouched for it at my prior business, putting a name on it, 19th at the Warehouses and Bear Walrus, and he'd come up with a menu. And what he was able to do out of that little kitchen, I was like, imagine him with a full industrial sized kitchen and his own operation. So from there, as I figured out it was time for me to kind of go in a different direction, he poached me up pretty quick. We discussed it, and knew that I wanted to be involved at some capacity, and then kind of let the natural evolution of the business take me from, catering and events / daytime bartender to just, general manager and kind of overseeing most things now. So it's cool the way that me and Phillip's friendship and professional relationship has kind of continued to grow.
I love that, bro. It's so organic, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming to play with
us.
Yeah.
That's authentic and real, man. You know what I'm saying? I like that, bro.
No, it really is, and I think about it. I don't want to blow you up too much. Yeah. Be cheesy, but watching Charles grow as a leader in the kitchen and stuff, and a leader in the restaurant. I mean, it's super cool.
No, I'm getting motivated and inspired right now, bro.
Think about it. It's like if he would have started as the GM, at the front, would he even still be here? You know what I'm saying? Would we have been able to survive that part? Because opening that beast, dude. That was wild. Yeah. It's like we had a GM that quit right before we opened, and it's just we opened without a general manager. It was just me. And it was pardon my language, it was a shit show, and we're just trying to get food out. I'm running the front and the back, and just fortunately, the people that I hired, the people that we hired, brought on board, was just they were able to kind of okay, I believe in this, this is what we're doing. And they were able to kind of manage themselves, like good people do. They didn't need constant oversight or overbearing. If it wasn't for people like Charles or anyone else that works there, all the employees, Bear Walrus wouldn't be open. You know what I'm saying? If it was just up to me, I would have probably just shut the door, just walked away and be like, oh man.
I'm glad you said that, man. Yeah. You're grateful for, and you understand how important everyone is, and y'all are a team. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And y'all work very cohesively and well, and man, the environment is just so awesome in there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was an angry young chef for a long time, in people's faces, and I can still get riled up a little bit. I think Charles has seen it, but now I'm just older, and I don't want to say wiser because not really, but
you are, man.
I've just seen, you can't treat it like that, because everyone in there is important, and it's if you lose one piece, you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like you always do, no matter if that person's the dishwasher or the GM. You know, it's just like you don't really realize what this person does until they're not there to do it. And you're just like, oh my gosh. And it's like, you know, I mean, we lost, you know, Saturday night. We'll talk about this. You know, there were 3 or 4 people out, was doing catering. You know, we're just running around, and like, it was gonna be bad. Like we knew, everybody knew, like it was gonna be a tough day. I mean, it ended up being honestly one of the smoother services we've ever run because everybody knew what to do. Everybody knew what was gonna happen, and everybody came together and they did it. And that's the cool part of like watching or owning or managing or whichever is, you know, is like you're watching these people grow, like Charles, you know, and like you're watching the entire staff grow. And like, you know, you don't, you know, sometimes you'll be like, hey, take the trash out, you know, like stuff like that. But I mean, they know their jobs. They take pride in what they do. And, you know, I told them the other day, I was like, look, I was like, you have to realize you got to have some swagger about you. You know, like the B-dubs, you got to have a little swagger, right? Like we got the best stuff. We're pushing it out. We're not pushing some BS out on people. We're not telling lies about where stuff's coming from or the quality of stuff. You're like, look, you got the best stuff in town. Get out there and act like it. You know, tell people about it. Be like, you know, you need this. You know, he's been cooking these beef cheeks for 3 days. You know, you should have one. You know, or this brisket is prime grade. This prime rib is prime. It's actual prime rib. You know, it's just like these oysters fresh, never frozen, dude. Like I would never buy a pre-shucked frozen oyster. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, why even got oysters on the menu? You know, like, you know.
Hey.
And
Go ahead.
We're an open kitchen. You know, you can come in there and see
You
whatever.
see.
Yeah, you can see whatever you want. You
Can't
know?
hide.
Sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could pick that up off the floor. No, I'm just kidding. I understand, but it's just, you know, it's just, yeah, we're not trying to hide anything, man. And it's like, you know, we were talking about it coming over here, and we were just like, you know, it's like Bear Walrus is about honesty. Like it really is, you know. It's like honest, like not a lot of tons of sauce on anything, nothing. We don't have to cover up anything. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, look, this is us. Here we are. Maybe not for everybody, but come and get it, man. You know, let's party.
I want you to talk about the oysters, the different oysters on the menu. But before I forget, because you say you don't really need sauce, and I totally agree. I know you want to give away the ingredients of it, man. Talk about that rub and what it inspired it, like your own dry rub that you came up with.
So it's my recipe, and I've been working on it for God, I don't know, 10 years or so. Yeah. It's not just salt and pepper. You know, a lot of people are like, oh man, I just put salt and pepper on. It's like, I think that's all bull. You know, but like it's, I mean, I'll tell you the ingredients. Like I start with Lowry's seasoning salt and 16 mesh black pepper, and it's really good for beef. And I put it on other stuff too. Some people like want like a sweeter rub. Mine's not sweet at all, you know. And like I'm not gonna tell you what else is in it, you know.
It's kind of bold.
Yeah,
I like
it, man. It's like, you know, it's in my mind when you're eating like the brisket, you know, you should get that little bit of pepper in there, and it should kind of open up your nostrils.
Yeah,
and
you know what you're doing.
Boom, you know, and then it's just like it opens up the whole thing, and you know, it's like the ribs we get the most pushback on. You know, it's like, oh man, it's too spicy, it's too peppery. And I'm like, I don't know, sorry. You know, that's how we do it. But it's the rub is supposed to be spicy. You know, it's Texas inspired. You know, and like I remember eating my first piece of like Texas style brisket, and I was like, oh shit! Like I was like, this is my thing. You know, so I've spent 15 years trying to learn how to cook a brisket, and still learn a little bit every day, you know, but it's just, man, it's just a rub that, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know who I ripped off originally, you know, I can't even remember, you know, but it's like, you know, just Lowry's and pepper based. And then I just started putting other stuff in, and we put on the outside of the briskets and the prime rib, we put mustard and pickle juice on too, and I like that a little bit on there. It's not just holds the rub, you know. It's a little bit, not too much like flavoring in there, but I like to do that. You know, it's just I don't know. I'm always trying to come up with something new. You know, like I was messing with rubs last week. Like I'm making something, and it all goes back to the old faithful, the old standby. You know, so yeah, it's just a Texas-based rub, man. You know, it's 15 years in the making. I'll probably try to screw with it this week and still go back to the original. You know?
Yeah, do you plan on like selling it commercially?
You know, we should and we can, I guess, because like I said, I do get it. Like somebody makes it for me. You know, they ship it in. It's Bear Walrus proprietary brisket rub. You know, so I ask her to do that. You know, I'd like to get the sauces made too. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We'll look into that. You know, it's a good idea.
Yeah, man. I'll definitely love to be a part of the marketing campaign on that.
Absolutely.
Got the Gatling gun with the podcast. Just do.
Oh yeah.
The oysters. You have the Chesapeakes. Mm-hmm. You got the Blues. You got the Ballers. You have a few others. They're different textures. Mm-hmm. Just talk about the different lineup. What you got?
So I thought it was kind of funny. Like, you know, we have good oysters, we have awesome oysters, and then we have baller oysters.
And let me say this real quick. I actually prefer the Chesapeakes.
Oh yeah,
over the Ballers.
People do. And they're what we serve as good. Chesapeakes, it's just the salinity in there. It's really nice. I mean, they're from the mouth of the Chesapeake River, you know, so it's like, it's just, I mean, it's a nice oyster. It's a nice size, you know, and people like it's pretty consistent, you know, in the thing. That's the only one that we always have. Like, always have Chesapeake. Then the others, the Awesomes, our Awesomes are usually like PEI, like Prince Edward Island, so it's like from that Jersey, Connecticut area up there. And those are, you know, nice, clean, really good oysters. I mean, we had some Patty Pearls, some Irish Points recently, hammerheads that are just, I mean, out of sight, dude. Like, I mean, it's cool when people come in and they're like, oh man, I know that oyster. Yeah, let me get that, you know. And you can see my man Z shucking them every day.
Hey, shout out to Zafar.
Yes.
Got to get you on, man.
But then our baller are West Coast oysters. Mm-hmm. And the West Coast oysters, like we do Kumamoto Olympic views, which are really big, like Royal Miyagi. Kumamoto is kind of the one that most people know, you know, and we'll run that on the weekend and might sell, you know, 1,000 of them, you know, but they're smaller oysters, and it's, you know, I don't eat as much oysters as I would like to. I could eat my weight in a raw oyster, but it's like, I just enjoy, you know, it's almost like a glass of wine, right? Like, where you can taste like the different, like I could tell you that's a West Coast oyster. I could tell you that's a Prince Edward Island. I could tell you that's a Chesapeake, just from like the flavor profile, right? And it's just cool like that. And it's like, you know, you don't come in and it's like you have to buy a dozen oysters and we only have this kind or like whatever, right? Like, I mean, you can buy one of each oyster, you know? And I like that. I mean, Z doesn't like it as much, but, you know, but I mean, I like that. Like, take them out, taste them all, you know? And like, I asked the servers to do that. They're like, oh, which ones? I'm like, why don't you just get one of each, you know? Yeah. If you like them, if you like one more, go get 6 more. Go get 12 more, you know? It's just, make yourself a little tasting here.
So now I don't even have to ask you what makes y'all's restaurant different than other restaurants in the area, because I don't know anybody else that's doing that around here.
Well, it's just, you know, it's
educational.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't want it to be, you know, this. I don't know. It's like I want people to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And be able to go in. It's like, you know, almost choose your own adventure kind of thing. You
dog, you can have like a field. You can have kids in for a field trip, dog. Mm-hmm. No, I'm serious. Yeah. It's an educational experience. Like I didn't know there were different kinds of oysters until I came in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten oysters before, but like now, I'm not a guru, but I'm learning.
Well, me too.
Getting a little bit of wisdom on the oyster game, dog.
Well, when we see you walk in, I pretty much give Z the look, like get at least 6 of those Chesapeakes ready. Man, get 6 for him for his like appetizer, and then probably coming back for 12 more.
Hey, the love is reciprocated, man.
100%.
I appreciate y'all. Now, what's your favorite menu item? Oh, just give me a couple. I'm not gonna put you on the spot.
So let's go appetizer. We'll go grilled oysters, and that's something that I recommend to a lot of people that are like, hey, I want to try oysters, but you know, I just don't know about a raw oyster.
Yeah.
And you know, you get a little bit of the garlic butter in there in each oyster, and then you get some sourdough that's handmade on the side. And I'm like, hey, worst comes to worst, you ditch the oysters and you got a bunch of garlic butter and some sourdough bread. But I think everybody that's had the grilled oysters has come back and been like, wow, that was a good stepping stone to, you know, getting into oysters. I love these. We'll see how the raw goes. Mm-hmm. So I like that that's kind of a path for people to enter the oyster world. And then, you know, like his brisket is just killer, you know. And I've had like 3 different favorite barbecues since I started there. It went from brisket and then I think I ate literally 50 pounds worth of brisket in my first couple months, and I was like, all right, let me switch it over. We brought we do a big beef rib, big dinosaur bone, and that then became my favorite. And then this last menu iteration, we added beef cheek, and that is now the king of barbecue for me.
So savory.
Yeah, it's
flavorful, bro.
It's awesome, and that's just a couple of the menu items that I've gone through that have just been that I always go back to, because luckily when I show up every day, he's working on a special, and I'm like, Charles, come try this. I might be having shrimp and grits for breakfast, or a bologna sandwich for breakfast, and I'm walking around with the meat sweats, but every time I'm getting good food, and I'm like, he did it again,
Hey, I got a quick idea. So you're baking your own sourdough bread, right?
We do not. We have a guy bake it for us.
Okay, never mind then.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, you could be like selling bread out of there, man.
We could sell bread.
Because that's the most healthiest way to eat bread for the most part, like sourdough. It goes bad in a couple of days, but people will probably dive into that, bro. They get some fresh baked sourdough bread from y'all.
Oh, yeah.
They can get some. All right, man.
Another thing I got to get to work on.
I got a few ideas, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like, I really like what y'all got going on, because it's like a community aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's welcoming. Everybody in the crew cool, man.
Oh yeah, no,
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
I'll
Like,
tell you, it's the people. It's the people that come in there too.
and I was gonna ask, man, do you have like weekly meetings, and y'all like, or every morning when y'all actually up and running, do y'all like meet? Because you're obviously communicating with everybody. Everybody's on the same page. It comes from you. It's something that you're doing that maybe other restaurant owners can maybe learn from.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, we meet every morning. It's like front of the house and back of the house, have a little meeting. It's really just like, hey, this is what's going on. This is going to happen. We've got this many covers today. Or it's going to be busy in here. Like, I'm going to be gone. Charles is going to be gone for a second. Just because it's like I said, it's the people that make the restaurant, right? And they're super good people, and you just got to keep them in the know as to what's going on. And I mean, sometimes the meeting, can get a little tense. Like, what is going on? Like. And other times it's like a love fest, and it's just, but at the end of the day, I think Charles has seen it, and I think the people that have worked for me for a while know it. It's like, look, everything comes from a place of love, because we got to get through this. And yeah, I'll get uptight for like 3 minutes, and I was like, all right, dude, we got to lock in, as the kids say, and let's get this stuff done. And, it'll be tense for a minute, and then, 3 minutes later, it's like, there we go. And that's the cool thing about cooking, man, is like, if you're cooking, 400 briskets, you're only as good as the last brisket that came out, dude. Because, somebody gets a shitty brisket and you're
gonna hear about it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, you get a chance to redeem yourself every minute of every day in that restaurant. And it's like, yeah, like, you did something crappy, but like, what you got for me now? Like, let's go, and it's fun to watch, once again, watch the people grow, and like watch them realize that. And I'm just like, look, do not internalize any of this stuff, right? Like, look, like, we're in here, this is fast paced, we're moving. And it's just like, we all got to move together. And yeah, sometimes you're going to slip, but I'll pick you up, Charles will pick you up, and then we'll go at it again, and just keep going, keep moving. That's the name of the game.
What was it about Rock Hill?
So I was in Atlanta for about 10 years or so. I had a real job, I worked for a beef company selling meat. And they moved me up, and me and my wife, we looked at, Charlotte. And I'm from York County, like Western York County, about 45 minutes from here. And, I was like, what about down there? And I came down, and I knew a couple guys from Rock Hill, just from like, I went to school with Charleston. I met them down there, and came up, and I looked, and it's like, Rock Hill is a city. I mean, and I don't want to be cheesy when I say this, but it's like, I kind of believe in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can see how far it's come.
Oh yeah.
And you can kind of see like where it's going. And I mean, they're building 400 apartments right by our front door. It's just like, I mean, the growth here is just incredible. And, I think the more and more stuff that we have, like some of the new restaurants, or like us, or like whatever, you know, I'm gonna bring like a, you know, we're a small town next to a small city, you know, and like we're in South Carolina and we're not Charleston, but you know what? We throw it hard up here, you know.
It goes down.
Yeah, and more people find out about that, you know, and you just get, you know, younger, educated people, you know, in the city. I mean, it's only gonna grow, and that's the cool thing about it is like, you know, it's another thing like watching it grow, you know, and it's like, it's not a bunch of like, you know, chain restaurants and stuff like that, you know, it's like independent stuff like happening and like cool people doing cool stuff and like I get off on that, man. Like that's super cool stuff.
Bro, it's gonna be traffic is so bad right now already with this like exponential growth. I'm like happy about it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying, it'll be good for the economy, the local economy and everything, bro. But like the way people driving nowadays.
Well,
Yeah, where we gonna put all these people, man? But because I was thinking, because you know I'm from here, and the way it's changed, man.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, because I spent the better part of my 30 years on this, or let's call it 28 years living in Rock Hill, and looking back at it, you know, 15 years ago, something like Bear Walrus, I don't think would have had the chance to succeed because there just wasn't the infrastructure, there wasn't the desire for it, and now to be in a place where we're like, dang, we're like pretty much in the heart of downtown, thriving, and it just became this thing that was the right thing at the right time, and it was just a great opportunity. And now you see all the growth around us. It's cool, man. Because I don't know, 15 years ago, I wouldn't see myself in Rock Hill long term. I'm like, I gotta, go to a city, go somewhere. But now I'm happy as a clam in my hometown. You know, I don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, man, it's a great location. You got Fort Mill right there in Charlotte. I don't like driving in Charlotte. Off subject, is that a Grateful Dead lightning bolt?
That is actually, I saw your dead poster over here. This is actually a TCB lightning bolt for, oh, nice, dude, nice. Yeah, I'm an Uncle Jerry fan myself. This is a TCB, Taking Care of Business lightning bolt for Elvis. Yeah, but it's funny, I have this picture of Jerry Garcia, like this drawing this person did for me 25 or 30 years ago. And I've had it forever hanging on the wall. There he is.
Keep you company, man.
I had it hanging on the wall, and Johanna, my daughter, would, when she was 4, she'd be like, "Daddy, who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Uncle Jerry." And she really thought it was her uncle for the longest time. She was like, "Wait, that's not my uncle."
Why didn't he at Christmas?
Yeah, I've never seen Uncle Jerry. When I get to meet him.
I'm glad you brought her up, man. So how often is she in the kitchen with you?
Oh, God. So she is busy. She's a busy girl. She's 16. She just took the SAT for the first time. She's a junior at Rock Hill High. So next year's senior year, man, she's visiting colleges and everything. So she works at the restaurant 2 nights a week, Friday and Saturday. And it's cool. Like she's a hostess.
Hold on, what's her name?
Johanna.
I don't think
she works Friday, Saturday nights.
Yeah, typically nights because you'll come by for lunch a lot of the time.
Yeah, but she
awesome.
she's by my hip, a lot. Like she's always in the kitchen, like just messing around, and she likes to come in when it's not as busy, like because we're closed Monday, Tuesday, so I spend a lot of time in the kitchen Monday, Tuesday, just like my zen place. So she'll come by then and we'll cook a little bit, but she really enjoys it, and I love her being there. She's just my bestie.
It's beautiful, man. Lyrics. She told me a couple of years back that I should open up a restaurant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it
sometime down the road. Back to Winthrop and playing soccer. What did you learn on that soccer field that you apply to today in your everyday life, especially specifically working at the restaurant?
Man, just all walks of life from way different backgrounds. We talk about the different nationalities, the different ethnicities, the different religious backgrounds. It's just cool when everybody can put their mind to one common goal. And it's the teamwork aspect of team sports translates so well to real life, to business opportunities later, to professional life. And that's kind of like, I went from taking the field with some guys to now kind of in a similar way, like each morning when I show up and the staff is there, it's like, all right, get ready to play. Everybody buckle up. We're going to do everything for the common good of the team. When you're down, I'll lift you up. But you see me down, lift me up too. Because everybody has those days. Everybody has an off game. Everybody has an off day. And it's about making sure that that doesn't sink the team. It's just, just one common goal. And that's just to be the best that we can as a unit.
For the record, Charles never has an off day.
Sometimes I have an off week, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
an off decade.
Yeah.
Oh, man. How about off 30 years?
Yeah.
I'm 38 years.
Rough go for 30 years there.
It's just believing in the people that are next to you too, and seeing he saw something in me. I see something in everybody that works there, and it's just a beautiful thing when a bunch of different people, a bunch of oddballs can come together and put out the product that we do, and it's just a beautiful thing, and I genuinely love it. Like when I show up there, Phillip sometimes is always like, I don't know how you show up, and you're just like, what's up, everybody? A happy Monday, a happy Wednesday, whatever day it is. And I really just walk through those doors, and I'm like, I'm happy to be here,
That's what it's about, being in that moment, man, and being grateful for what's going on, just to even be there. Because you uplift me, man. I can have a long day and come in there, maybe a meeting didn't go right that morning. And I'm always lifted up, dog, when I come in there, man, when you in there.
And that's the goal, man. It's to create a sense of community and to create a safe space where you can not only get good food, but the servers know your name, the bartender knows your name, the manager, the chef knows your name. They want you to genuinely have a great time and curate an environment where you can come be at peace for 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, however long you want to spend with us. We want you to spend it with us.
Yeah, dog. And just like you say, just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Good conversation, all that, man. You got that old school wrestling on? Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Shout out to Joseph Pacheco and all wrestling coaches around. But on the podcast that we did a couple of weeks ago, I had said that I was like, yo, what's your favorite restaurant in town? I said Bear Walrus. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's my favorite in town too.
No, legit.
Yeah,
legit, one of the first, I came in maybe a handful of times.
Right.
And when I finally talked to you, I was like, yo, thank you for doing this. We needed this. Cause I was gonna take this lady out on a date, you know what I'm saying, just to get lunch or whatever. And I'm driving around. Well, no, I was at home on my cell phone trying to figure out a restaurant to go to, bro. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do. I ain't know where to go.
Yeah.
And it's tough living in a town that, I grew up here, man. And it's sad. But yeah, so thank you.
Well, I think, even since I've been here, so I guess I've been here about 4 years now. And it's I've seen some cooler places come in, when I first got here, it was pretty trash.
I'm not saying that all restaurants in Rock Hill are trash besides y'all.
Well, I'm not
saying that. I'm going to make sure that I get that off my chest.
But there was not a lot of choices, not a lot of good places to go, and it was just oh.
But you remember I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I'm going to go to Show Malls, man.
I was like, man, maybe I could open up. Let me see. I've opened up for Charles on a date one time.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Private party.
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. Yeah. So actually, to preface it, today is actually World Bipolar Day. 1 year ago, I finally...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Today is?
March 30th. That's why whenever you proposed this date, I was like, oh, he's going to get a kick out of this whenever it gets brought up. So yeah, March 30th. And 1 year ago today was when I actually owned the fact that I did. I came out on social media and I was like, hey, and basically just told people my diagnosis that I received back in 2017, that I pretty much for 7 years, I was aware of it and I had the knowledge, but I kind of wanted to hide it and internalize it because there's a stigma, oh, he's bipolar. What's he going to do? Is he going to cry and then yell and then laugh and then cry again? No, it's and it's not like that. Just the way that it's been depicted and some of the more volatile people that have been bipolar and it's easy to get anyways, and it did,
misconstrued.
Yeah, get it misconstrued. And I thought that last year I was just internalizing this, and that's a lot of weight to bear without being able to truly open up to somebody. My parents knew, obviously, and were supportive and everything, and I take my medication and stuff, but it was still something that I was just not proud of. I was just like, dang, I wish I didn't have this, but it has made me authentically me, and owning it I thought that I would be a good spokesperson for the bipolar community. Like I want people to look at me and like, because I'm typically happy-go-lucky, happy-go-jolly, you know, walking around the restaurant, smiling and ear to ear, and you know, you don't know what I'm going through. Nobody knows what each other are going through. Everybody has stuff, you know, and I just wanted people to look and be like this normal appearing guy that is charismatic and that most people like is bipolar, huh? And the way that I can reduce that negative stigma, like I just really want to take every opportunity. So that's where Disorderly Conduct, you know, the nonprofit that I founded here just in the past month, you know, we have a website and we're open and operational, but still pending our 501c3 status. You can't rush the IRS, you know. So still waiting on the official 501c3 status, but I just want to educate people, promote and you know, foster a community where people can come and be authentically them. You know, let your guard down, bunch of cool people, and also educate spouses, friends, family, and I don't want kids growing up and you know, going through what I went through and not knowing why. I was on paper on top of the world, you know, soccer was going well, school was going well, life was going well, but you know, you're just clinically depressed. You don't know why you're feeling this way. You can get in dark spaces and it doesn't make sense. So learning that about me, a lot of things from my childhood, my early adulthood started to make sense. And you know, it's all about getting to know yourself. And you know, as much as at the beginning I didn't want to be bipolar, I am, and I'm proud of it now. You know, it's just it's made me me.
Let me tell you something, man. Whenever you want to come on here and promote whatever, you let me know.
Oh yeah, this won't be my last time in the studio.
It is, yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
it takes so
that,
much
man.
courage, man, and that is real growth, and that's what the Dap A Hug is all about, dog.
Yeah, man.
Giving people a safe space to talk.
100%, man.
And isn't it therapeutic to talk about that kind? I just got chills.
It is me too, man. Like it's because the biggest like, let's call it like a relevant term nowadays. My biggest crash outs or my biggest downfalls have been when I have internalized things that have transpired over days, weeks, months. I just don't talk about it. I keep it in. And then it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, something little might happen, and that's what sets me off. But it's just the not talking about it for months prior, and you know, then just letting it all out at once in a bad way. Yeah.
Now, so you said you are on medication. I know you go to the Y and you work out.
Yes, sir.
And do you also see a therapist?
I do.
So that's like a trifecta thing.
Yeah.
What else helps?
You know, the medication definitely helps as much as, and I very much came from a family that was like, you know, don't take anything unless you're like dying, you know, and so I had to start to believe in the medication, and you know, I felt like I was crazy for having to pop, you know, 3 pills as soon as I wake up in the morning. But now it's like, man, we have this, we have science, you know, we have things that can help us, and I have a therapist and you know, doctors that care about me. I've been seeing you know, my childhood doctor forever. That when my therapist proposed the medication, he was, I think that'd be really good for you. And I got a couple of people that have more diplomas on their wall than books that I've read in my whole life. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, these guys care about me. They're well educated. They're smart. This will help me. And like you said, you know, working out is a big thing. Faith is also a big thing. It's just like kind of, you know, letting go, letting God kind of thing. I just, you know, kind of try to leave my worries at the door and just know that somebody upstairs is looking out for me. And that does a lot at the end of the day.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, we definitely gonna partner up on some stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna get the word out on all that, brother.
I appreciate you.
Of course, man. So why is community such a big part of what you do?
Well, I've grown up in Rock Hill, and a lot of my friends are still here. Some have gone elsewhere in the greater Charlotte area, or like my teammates that came from all over the world, they might be back in their home country. But like everything's about community and like having not only family but true friends that you can go to when shit hits the fan. You know, like somebody that actually genuinely, authentically cares.
And they'll like actively listen.
Actively listen.
They're not gonna judge you.
Right. And that's the thing. Like when I finally, came out, I guess last year as bipolar, I had so many people reach out to me and be like, man, I'm so proud of you. But I hate that you felt like you couldn't talk to me about this, And I was like, felt a little guilty about it, but it's cool that I have people that genuinely want to be there for me. And I want to foster a community that is there for each other. If you're going through something, man, talk to somebody. Don't act out. Don't be irrational. Right. Let's start with, your friend. And if you don't have a friend, I'll be your friend. I'll be there for you, because at the end of the day, I'm just a human that wants to help other humans and wants to help this earth be a much better place, because, it's easy to see all the bad. Let's do some good.
I love when God puts like-minded people in my path. Mm-hmm. I love it, man. And you can get you a good cut of prime rib.
Yeah, while you're at it. Yeah, you can talk about your mental health while you're eating some brisket, prime rib, any of that. Come on,
always helps.
Yeah.
But it's so therapeutic, man. And that's a lot to do with a lot of situations that people are going through. People got these internal battles going on. They're scared to talk to people about it because it's like shame.
Right.
Is it pride or is it shame? It could be a combination of both. You can't keep it internalized. And like you say, act out.
Yeah.
That's when people get hurt. Please don't hurt yourself.
Right.
Talk to somebody. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of this, I'm saying I'm definitely going to ask y'all to give out y'all socials or how can they get in contact with you. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? For stuff like that, because people out here just leaving this earth so quick, so fast, man. And that's why I try to be on good terms with everybody, man. I don't like falling out with people, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know when it's going to be the last time you talk to somebody. And I was not trying to make it so dark. Like, we good. We out here spreading the light. That's the focus, man. Enlighten people on what's going on. So what does support look like for somebody that's troubled right now? Like, what's the first step for somebody to get help?
Finding somebody that cares. And then after that, owning it as an individual, because for a while I knew about it, didn't own it, didn't wear it. And now I'll, scream it from the rooftops. It's just me, and somebody that needs support. That's one of the reasons that I found it, is because I wanted there to be a community where you can get educated, so that if a lot of these things resonate with you, maybe do go see a doctor. Not just pushing medication on anything, but like therapy is a real thing. And if you need medication, don't be too proud to take it. These guys are trying to give you the tools to better your life. And going forward, like, I'm just glad I learned it when I was 23 instead of 43, where I could have messed up a business, a marriage, or something based on me acting out, internalizing things, and not knowing my true authentic self. So support is there, and it's just seeking it out and being man or woman enough to own that I got some stuff I'm dealing with that I can't take on my own. And that's life, man. That's everybody's got stuff that they just can't do by themselves. So just seek that support, because it's there, and anybody anybody can reach out to me for my personal experience and what steps I took to get where I'm at now. I'm still far from perfect, but I'm better, and that's what I'm trying to do, is just be a little bit better each day, help people as much as I can.
Does getting out in nature help you?
Oh yeah, I take so I had foot surgery last year. I used to be a big runner, and I'm doing a little walk run now. I got to get back in shape. But man, just walking around. I live right next to Winter Blake, so on my break from work or before work or something like that, a lot of times I'll just walk from my house around a little 3-mile loop around Winter Blake that I've constructed myself. And when you go out and you see the beauty that God has put on this earth, it's just refreshing. Breathing in fresh air, looking around, seeing the sunshine, and we got spring coming now, and we're seeing trees bloom. And man, when you look around, life ain't all that bad. It's a beautiful thing. It's easy to see nothing but the dark. And being out in nature and just realizing, like, that's one thing that always brings me back to being like, man, this thing isn't man-made. You know what I mean? Like, this earth is not man-made. You go up, you watch a sunrise, or you go, you go somewhere beautiful and just take it in and be like, there is a higher power, and it's a beautiful thing that he's done.
Have you ever thought about like maybe getting a group of people together and going like on hikes or going camping for stuff like that, just to kind of connect with nature and to heal a little bit, man, and talk about stuff like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I haven't been.
Am I crazy?
I'm very big about
Is that a terrible idea?
I'm very big.
I'm trying to. I mean,
yeah, I'm very big about a roof over my head, running water, electricity,
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But with the right group of people, I absolutely would camp, set up, and just kind of take it all in, because I do think that being outside. I mean, it's not only like not me telling you like, oh yeah, get outside. It's scientifically proven. You go get sunlight, touch grass. I tell people that all the time. Just go touch some grass.
primal, baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like, get out in nature, experience all that this earth's got to offer, because it's easy for somebody to get tucked behind a desk, go straight home, get no natural sunlight during the day except maybe on your work commute. Like, man, go out, breathe some fresh air, get with some friends, go kick a soccer ball, go hoop, do some fun stuff that is there in this world.
Bro, and then like maybe go trout fishing.
Yeah.
Clean the trout, maybe go hunting. Take it all, the Bear Walrus, throw it all in the smoker together. Just put it all in there together with some mustard and some pickle juice and some of that rub.
Yeah.
And make something crazy happen.
Exactly, man.
You ever done any wild game? Do you hunt?
I've hunted in my life. I'm more like I like to shoot birds as opposed to like deer or anything like that. Like I like to duck hunt, like to dove hunt. Not as much as I would like to, but
I bet if you throw a backstrap in there, bro. Throw a backstrap in there.
bring me one, I'll throw one in for you.
Okay.
Seriously, straight up.
All right, I'm gonna ask you this. We could probably edit this out, man. But like so yesterday when I was there, I was like, "Yo, can I get a piece of that prime rib or whatever?" Like, you didn't have that on the menu, so obviously I couldn't get that.
Yeah.
But then, you basically was like, it's best to go to Long Bottoms.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of a good segue from what we just talked about, because if you're not talking to anybody and you're alone, or you feel alone, and you're going through these thoughts and in the personal hell, you're in a long bottom abyss of darkness.
Oh yeah.
And the name of your company is Long Bottom Meats.
Yes.
So let's talk about that, because I've been in from lamb to pork chops to brisket. I mean, I've been in there before. Y'all was like cooking the brisket or something. Y'all had like a grill going in there or something like that, right? And you got like the turkey breast, the smoked turkey. I got some bison steak. Them bison steaks are ridiculous, dog.
Thanks.
You got a plethora of stuff in there, man. So just give like a quick overrun of what all you offer.
Well, I mean, it's a old school butcher shop. It's not like a wine bar. We don't have a bunch of other stuff. It's a butcher shop.
Time out. And the chicken wings are ridiculous. Yo, no. Talk about the chicken wings.
The restaurant or at the butcher shop? Restaurant.
They come from the butcher shop too, though, right?
Yeah.
Those are the chicken wings. Talk about because they're high quality chicken wings.
Oh yeah, so we use Spring Mountain Farms jumbo wings, and I mean they're good. They're not just straight commodity wings.
Right, and time out again, and it's not like, because I don't like those real big. Like, they got like the big wings. You almost like, man, it's like pumped up full of steroids. So when you say jumbo, you're not talking about like those ones that look crazy.
No.
I wanted to say that because I know other people, they don't like real big chicken because they're like, oh, it's pumped full of antibiotics or whatever the rabbit hole can take you.
Yeah.
But your wings are ridiculous. I just wanted to say that. Continue.
Thank you. Yeah, but it's like I said, it's everything else is a good product to start with and take care of it. But we over there, so shout out to Big Tiff. She makes all the sausage over there, so she's
awesome.
5 or 6 different types a week. We've got beef bacon, lamb bacon, breakfast bacon we make out of pork.
Time out. Y'all have beef bacon?
Yes, right now.
I'm gonna go get some after we leave.
You should.
After y'all leave. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
I didn't know y'all had beef bacon because a good friend of mine, Noah Gordon, shout out to him, dog. If you ever need some tree cutting, he's an arborist. I can't think of the name of his business, but anyway, he was talking about like beef bacon in the place where we were at. They didn't offer it. I did not know that y'all offered beef bacon, dog.
Yeah.
Because I've been kind of getting away from the pork a little bit here. So
when we first started doing it, I mean, we had a list of people we had to call. and it would like, I mean, we'd sell out of it in a day, you know, and it's like it's a 2-week long process to make it. So now we make more and we keep it in there.
Let me push a campaign about your beef bacon, dog.
Okay,
Be like, got beef? And have like that Biggie song playing or something, like the instrumental on the post.
Right. What is beef?
Got beef? No, well, come up the long by the meats where we can serve you beef, pork, whatever kind of bacon you want. You say you got lamb bacon?
Lamb bacon, yes.
I didn't know. See, I've been in there several times and didn't even know you had all that.
Yeah, so
No, we gotta push the word on this, dog. I'm not taking no for an answer.
We do our own dry aging in there. We do everything we sell is either certified Angus, prime, or American Wagyu. Make our own crab cakes. Smoke our own salmon in there. Fresh salmon. We don't do a lot of seafood, but if you want the freshest seafood around, just hit me up and I can have it in like 2 days. You know, we're you know, some people thought we were crazy. They're like, you can't open that in Rock Hill, you know, and only sell that. And I was like, all right, watch me.
Yeah,
that's that. Yeah, so we'll be going into our 4th year, and we're opening a second location in York in May, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
May what?
Well, May 1st.
I would like to be there to capture some stuff.
May 1st is what I hear, but it was April 1st before. So, you know, it might be more like June, middle of June. But at Yorkville Marketplace, if you're familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what California Street is? California Circle?
I do know where California
That's my grandma
lived.
that first house.
All right.
She did like the school lunches. I've been saying that a couple of times, man. I'm gonna tell you something though, dog. I'm gonna share something with y'all, man. Like I told my daughter about it last night. Like her birthday was March the 20th. My grandma, and that was the weekend where I got my first like media entry, like media access situation to get like footage and B-roll of the MMA fights up at Grady Code Center. And I just like thought about it, man, like, cause you know how we was talking about nostalgia and I was talking about like being in the kitchen with my grandma. I was like, I don't have an opportunity to talk to her right now, whatever, but I was listening to a song, man, that Dear Ann by Lil Wayne, dog, and like I started thinking about her, man, and I literally just felt like a connection with her. Like this is like one of the biggest weekends for my business in my life, and it happens to land on her like birthday. And I just felt that connection, man. Like I just feel like our ancestors like literally lived through us, man.
The universe, man.
And like if you really get in tune with shit, like you get your faith right and you get in tune with like nature, you know what I'm saying? Like I think us as humans, when you can get past those the battling the demons or whatever the internal battles that you're going through, man, you can really see what's going on and you be more connected to certain things, man. Call me crazy.
No, that's very true. Like I like that a lot.
Like, cause you know what poke salad is?
I do know what poke salad is.
She used to cook poke salad.
Really?
My Uncle Rat, shout out to him, rest in peace as well. He used to pick a lot of it, and but she picked it as well. And they had like a write up in the paper about her.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And I actually got it somewhere. I'm gonna probably put it in the living room, man. But
I couldn't tell you what poke salad is.
it's like poke weed.
I know.
It looked like, you
what
see
it
the
is.
little thing. That looks more like wine or like a grapevine rather. But yeah, but yeah, man. So that's one of those things where it's like I want to educate the people on poke weed because it's everywhere. When you look outside, you see it. It's like the purple berries and the green leaves. But if you wash it appropriately, like you don't eat the berries, but you can wash it and eat it. It's a green, like most green leafy vegetables have like nutritional value. Right? I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to go pick some poke salad, wash it, and educate the people, and then like they should throw some fat back in there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the old school way of doing it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've eaten the pokes. I wouldn't know what to pick though. You know what I'm saying? Like what's what and what's growing where. You know. So,
He'll show you.
Yeah, no, I got to learn about this. Man.
Dog, you would change. You would, dog.
No, I mean,
if he was to put poke salad on the menu, dog, I don't know if you can do that legally though. Like, how does that work with like wild stuff that's not considered like collard greens, that's in alternative greens, that's in the, like, how would you
keep it very quiet? No,
allegedly.
Foraging and stuff. I mean, that's cool. You know, it's just usually has to go through someone before you can like bring it into the restaurant. You know, some USDA type facility. You know, but it's just, I don't know. I think with the, I mean, like, look, I would put poke salad on. You know, I used to know the chef that had a full like garden in the front of his restaurant. You know, and he'd pick everything from there, and then their bar opened up next door, and people started peeing all over his plants and stuff. So
nah.
yeah, not cool. But, yeah.
I
don't know if they were like, I'm gonna go piss on this vegetable. They were just like they thought it was just a
all them breweries in town.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, you might have just
so
be homeless people there coming just pissing in your garden just to piss in it.
Come on, man. Come on.
Like, damn, there's some food right there. At least pick a cucumber or a tomato before you piss. You ain't even eating. You just over here pissing.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hey man, I'm gonna do a segment. Y'all gotta leave in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna do a segment like for veterans, man.
Oh yeah.
I have a connection, like, cause I was born on Veterans Day. My sister, she was a veteran. Both my granddaddies was veterans, and they give them a place to tell their stories, man. They obviously deserve to be heard, man, and they're going through struggles.
Oh yeah.
Cause I'm real big on mental health. And obviously you are too, so I'm sure you are. And like nobody's done that, but I want to do it. I think that'd be great, man.
There's always always a place for like therapeutic things like that, And like I said, people need to tell their story and people need to talk about it. And like Charles said earlier, you just gotta own it, man. It's you, Tell us about you.
Okay. Now, spring forward. It's warming up. You know what I'm saying? You ever have live music out there?
So we're working on it right now. All right, so it will probably be in the next 3 weeks, but yeah, you got somebody?
Do I got some body or some money?
Somebody. Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, I know a few musicians, man.
Yeah, send them over there.
And we're going to definitely talk, dog.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, patio's perfect out there, dude. Weather's nice right now.
Shout out to Anna LaPrade, bro, or Anna Clifford. But do you know what I'm talking about? She sings like country music, like folk. No. She's from here.
Okay,
she's gonna be in town this week. Actually, I'm hoping I can do an episode with her. But I'll talk to her.
That's cool. No place you can bring her to lunch.
Yeah,
absolutely, bro. Hey, we might. Okay, no, I might bring her in there, dog. And then we'll talk.
Yeah.
I love her so much, dog. Like I had said on one podcast, I had went up to Hobos in Fort Mill, and she was performing, and I was like, looking around, like, I'm always on my P's and Q's or whatever, and there was somebody like dancing like near the money hat, and they kind of up in the face. I was like, I'm on point, and I was like, yo, if I'm on site and you performing, I am your private security. Yeah, and I'm not taking no for an answer.
100%.
Love you. So the live music thing, do you have anything coming up as far as any inspirational ideas? Like, let me ask you this, man. Have you ever thought about throwing kiwi in the mix on the menu? Because it's something about kiwi, like, matter of fact, I might edit this out. Because I'm thinking about maybe getting like a bunch of kiwis, like a kiwi field, and grow a bunch of them, right? Because they are very, very high in vitamin C. And kombucha. If you look at the ingredients on kombucha, there's a common denominator in this kiwi.
No, really.
Have you ever thought about maybe brewing your own kombucha or like incorporating kiwi on the menu somehow?
I used to make my own kombucha probably 10 years ago or so. Like when my daughter, like when I told her it was like a living drink, she would like freak out, And so I had my SCOBY was actually probably about that thick at one point in a jar like this. So yeah, I have done it, dude. Like I love it. Like the natural carbonation and the whole thing, like so awesome. Because I used to do a lot of fermenting. We still make some pickles, but that's all we do right now. But yeah, kombucha, yes. Kiwi, not really. It's just like we're more like southern ingredients. And I don't know if people consider kiwi to be a southern ingredient, but if you're growing it, let me know, and then we'll call it a southern ingredient. I'll throw it in salad.
Yeah. Hey, when you step outside, I'm gonna show you. I got a male plant and a female plant. I actually got a little harvest last year for the first time because the frost kept killing it. They were about like this big around, like the kiwi berries, and they stunted.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like this is probably like year 9, this year 10 or something like that. But yeah, man, they actually do grow here. Obviously, they probably grow better in warmer climates, but it's crazy with the climate, dog. Like sea turtles and manatee. Sea turtles and manatees, I believe, I read recently, are in South Carolina waters now.
Oh, wow.
I mean, everybody, but, migration happens with all species across the animal kingdom, so we got to just adapt with the change.
Right.
You know how to do that, obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be successful, man.
Got to roll with it, man. ready to
gotta roll with it, dog.
I mean,
See, y'all on top of that shit. That's my point. Like, y'all care about.
Yeah.
Is it patrons?
Yeah.
Would I be considered a patron? Y'all care about y'all's patrons, the people that come in there. Y'all don't just say. Matter of fact, you don't even say, "Oh, it's just a patron." It's like, "Oh, I know your name. We're gonna have a conversation."
Yeah.
yes.
And build like that rapport, and it's organic and it's real. Like back to what you said, like real ingredients, real people, trying to do real things, real positive things for the community, man. That's what y'all represent, and that's what I think that's why we connect so well. We groove like that, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's it, man. Thanks for having us.
Of course, man.
It's a lot of fun, dude.
Hey, we can do another one. Hey, let me ask you. Go ahead and give your information. I'll put it in the description. But how can people reach out to you if they need help? They have any questions? Like they're going through some stuff. Look in the camera, please. Any last words as well, and the same for you afterwards, please, sir.
Right now, I'm just on our website is disorderly-conduct.org, so you can find out our mission, our vision, the basics on that. Right now, I have an Instagram page. I'll have to make sure that couldn't even tell you off the top. It was just one of those things that I wanted to put myself out there and say, all right, the first bit of it is just about starting a page, starting a website, getting it out there. So Disorderly Conduct is on Instagram. I think it has no posts, no followers, not following anything. But I was just like, let me get the username and just make sure I lock that down. So I'll get with you about the exact username that I have. There's a dash in it somewhere because there was another Disorderly Conduct, so I had to make sure that I put a dash or something underscore. But and then Charles.Colson. Y'all reach out to me personally if y'all have anything that y'all are going through. Feel like you have nobody you can talk to. That's what I do. I talk all day. I think everybody here knows that you can talk to a wall. I prefer talking to people. So, and then I'll let Phil take the Bear Walrus.
Oh yeah, bearwalrus.com, man. You can make a reservation. You can get on there. You can shoot us a message. Also, longbottommeats.com. You shoot us a message. You can order something special. Our Instagram is where we put a lot of information. So follow us on Instagram. It's at Bear Walrus. We are the only Bear Walrus. So it is Bear Walrus. BearWalrus.
I gotta say, man, thank y'all for coming.
Man, thanks for having
Because
us.
your restaurant is legit.
Thank you.
And you legit.
I appreciate you.
For real. Yeah. Dap A Hug Podcast. Thank y'all for listening. Peace and blessings.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that comes to mind, man, that you want to say? Like humbly, just like as far as like, what is it, bro?
Oh man, like
maybe you don't want to tell your secret. Not even be like secret sauce away.
There is no secret, man.
Is it just your personality, the way you run things? It's the way.
No,
what happened?
It's a deterrent a lot of times. No, it's just look, man. Put out the best possible product you can at the best possible price you can, and surround yourself with people that give a damn. And then be able to identify the people that do give a damn and the people that don't. And know that you can. If you have 2 people that really care, that's way better than having 10 people that kind of are like, indifferent to it, But it's also a labor of love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know that, look, people think, oh man, you must be rich and all this, and it's so great. It's like, nah, dude. Like, I work every day, and it's something that I love. And if you don't have a passion for this, dude, then keep on walking. Dude.
That's it. That's the gem right there.
You can take a pile of money and set it on fire. You know what I'm saying? Because you've got to want to be there every day. Mm-hmm. And we were talking the other day. It's like, I've actually, my kitchen right now is as good as it's been. And I love all the dudes in there, and they're solid guys. So I'm not in there like as much as I used to be when we first opened. And I'm like sitting in the office, I'm like typing up menus and doing this and whatever. And it's like, I told him, I was like, man, I just can't do it. I got to get out there. It's like, oh man, I got to go, And it's like, it's what I do, and I love it. And if you, like I said, if you don't love it, then just, like I said, take a pile of money and set it on fire.
I know you got to go. One last quick question. How do you deal with the pressure of like deadlines, or something goes wrong a night, like a big night, or like an opening, or just like a special event? Like, how do you deal with the pressure?
So it's
the stress of it.
Well, it's like we're doing Easter brunch buffet, right? We've never done a buffet in there before. Like, we're ready to go. It's going to be a completely different menu. It's like I said. You can't let it eat you up. It's like, look, at the end of the day, you got to look at it for what it is, right? It's us cooking food that we do every day. People are going to come in, reservations sold out, fully booked. You know, it's like it's going to be good, right? But if you just let it eat away, you know, and just look, get up there and face the dragon. You know, like you got to, like you can't keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Like you just got to go. And it's like in my life, like, you know, these deadlines, I mean, that's what I live for. You know, I live for the pressure. You know, if there wasn't some type of pressure or deadlines you had to hit or whatever, anybody could do this. You know what I'm saying? But like, look, just get in there and do the damn thing, man. You know, just do what you do and just do it and block all the distractions. You know?
And that's exactly how
go to work.
That's exactly what I was thinking last night, because you was asking me what direction is the conversation going to go. I was like, he doesn't need a set of questions. How many questions, if you can recall off the top of your head, did I ask from that list that I sent y'all?
What
questions, what list, right? So, yo, if you want real food, real ingredients, go to Bear Walrus. You want real conversation, keeping it 100, Dap A Hug Podcast. Love you all. Thank you.